Hey, good morning, everybody. We are in Sheridan, Indiana this morning, and we picked a perfect day, Tom Maxim, because you and I were just saying, and people don't know what I'm talking about yet, but there haven't been many days lately we could do this show. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
It's correct. All right, where are we, sir?
We are on V Farm. The farmer started this field about 18 or 19 years ago. They farmed 2,000 acres, and this particular field is a 600-foot field.
And who are these? Now, these guys are pilots,
They're all pilots.
Really? Registered pilots? Wow.
Well, one of them is a full-size pilot, and
really?
The others are. We're all insured. We're insured for about $1 million for flying.
Okay, but let's show their planes. I don't know how they get in those, but tell us what these are. Well, everyone knows, but tell me.
This is a de Havilland Beaver.
Yeah.
That's a bush plane. A couple of unlimited aerobatic airplanes. They can do virtually everything. And on the end is a very large airplane with a large radial engine, just like the full-size engines such as the 30s through World War II.
And the guys made most of these, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some you can buy built.
Right.
That one was built from a kit, the very end one. And some of these are called ARFs. That means almost ready to fly, but you still have to install the motor and the radio and get it balanced.
Now, I got to tell you, Tom, I did a show about this about 10, maybe even longer. And has the technology for this changed?
Absolutely.
Really? In what way?
Well, the radios have gone from 72 megahertz to 2.4 gigahertz. The antennas are now that long instead of this long, almost over a yard. And we now have GPSs, gyros that'll maintain stability. We even have airplanes that if you panic, you can push a button and it will land itself.
No.
Yes. I kid you not.
Okay, well, we're going to have to talk more about this. Are you guys ready to fly? You made a big deal about how if it crashes, it costs you money, but it can land automatically?
Yeah, but I fly.
Oh, it's all automatic. We'll talk more about that when we come back. Stay. Good morning, everybody. We're in Sheridan, Indiana this morning, and this is Rob Meinzer.
That is correct.
And that is yours, sir?
Yes,
and
indeed
you are part of a club that's called?
V Fliers.
Okay, and you guys all have model planes?
Yes, correct.
That's right. And actually, there are several clubs around town.
Yes, there are about a half dozen clubs around town. It's a good community.
All right, so I'm going to show people this control panel.
Yes.
Because the technology of this has changed.
It certainly has.
Yeah.
There's much more technology nowadays. This actually is an Android-based interface, and it will talk to you, tell you when your batteries are low, when it's time to land. It'll give you indications. I'll put the flaps down.
Flaps down. Flaps off.
That sounds just like a plane. I mean, a real airline.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very, the technology's come a long way. All the radios are digital now, so there's no interference between the planes. It makes it safe to have multiple planes in the air at a time.
Let's take off and watch her go.
All right.
All right. Now, what's the range of something like this?
The range of these radios nowadays is upwards half a mile to 3/4 of a mile. Pretty much, if you can see the plane and have orientation, you're going to have control of the radio.
Okay, taking off, Rob.
Okay, now we've got another plane taking off. What's harder? This is probably a dumb question. Taking off or landing?
Landing is more difficult than taking off. The plane wants to fly, doesn't always necessarily want to land.
But again, you said you have automatic landing. How does that work?
Coming in from the left.
These planes that we're flying today do not have the built-in automatic landing technology in them.
Now, if the prop stopped, if the power, oh my gosh, we sort of had a crash. Now,
well, we had
is he okay?
He's okay. He had it's called a dead stick. His motor quit on him, and he still had control of the surfaces. Was able to land, but just flipped over a little bit.
All right, show me a little bit on the control what you're doing. Oh, it's coming in for a landing. Here we go. A safe landing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some more planes up in the air, some more model planes, and then I understand you do some trick stuff, and I'm going to have you save you for the last segment, okay?
I do some aerobatics, so
Okay.
it'll be fun. It'll be violent and fun.
Okay, violent and fun. I don't know if we're allowed to do that, but we'll do it. Coming up. Stay with us. Good morning, everybody. We're at the V Farm with the V Fliers, and this is Rob Meinzer. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
And
morning.
tell us what we've got out there.
So we have Tom Maxim out here with a 132-inch wingspan plane and a beautiful radial engine in it, like a full-scale airplane. It just has a great sound to it, performs well. Listen to that thing rev up and get in the air. Tom's a great pilot here.
See, this always scares me because if that crashed, would that pretty much do in the plane?
Yeah, it would be a bunch of toothpicks at that point in time.
Really would.
It would be, but Tom's a great pilot here. He's president of the club here. And
how do you learn to do this? How do you learn to do it? If somebody wanted to join the club, how do you learn to do it?
So you join the club, and we have something called a buddy box. So it's basically like learning in a real airplane where you have two controllers and a pilot next to you. So they teach you the basics, and if you have any difficulty, they flip a switch and take over the plane and save it, basically. So they teach you in small chunks, so to speak.
There was a time where I did helicopters. They still do those?
Helicopters are still very popular, no question about it.
Look at that. But, I mean, I think, now, if you're a pilot, someone told me that doesn't necessarily give you an advantage with these things. A real pilot, is that true?
It is true, because the real pilot always sees the plane where it's going from being in perspective of the direction of the plane. When you have a model coming at you the opposite direction, your orientation is not always instinctive.
So you have to unlearn what you already did learn, and that makes it more difficult.
That is correct. The good part is real pilot understands how all the controls work. So
here comes the landing. I'm sorry to interrupt. Here comes the landing.
Yeah. Up.
Keep going. Yeah. He's coming in for a landing.
But as far as learning the orientation when the plane is traveling away from you or towards you, it's slightly different than actually sitting in the cockpit as if you were the true pilot. They do make some first-person view cameras, especially on these racing quadcopters where you actually do fly as if you're inside the vehicle.
Now hold on. I've been watching you guys do this.
Yes.
I don't think it's that hard.
No?
I really don't. Can I try to fly one?
We'll give you a good shot at it.
All right, I'm going to try to fly one in the next segments. All right, we're wrapping things up here with the V Flyers here up in Sheridan, Indiana, and I thought maybe I could try this myself.
You can do this.
Okay, so we've got some out on the runway. So taking off is actually a little easier than landing.
So slow throttle up, slow throttle pull back.
Oh my God! Whoa!
Hold on. A little less aileron up. There we go. Smooth it out. All right. Hey, you're actually not too bad at this.
Now I'm doing pretty good.
You're actually not too bad.
Let me try something a little tricky.
You want to bring it back just a little bit. There you go. Nice turn. Nice turn. You've been doing this for years. You're sandbagging us.
Here we go. Let me try something a little fancy.
Oh, wait, whoa. That plane's worth...
It's going to crash.
That's worth a lot more than I told my wife it was worth. Hang on now.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. There you go. Smooth it out. Nice and easy on the thumbs. Nice and easy.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Good job. You got whoa. A little more engine. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm doing really well or really bad.
No, you're doing great, but you got to look at the airplane. That would be a lot better.
Okay. Here he comes in.
Hey, that's pretty. That's competition maneuver.
Okay, let's be honest about this, although I don't think I have to be. There's my co-pilot, Rob. Nice job. He's one of the best. Thank you, sir. Hey, thanks who made the lunch? What's her name? Donna, thank you. We had a great time here. If you're interested in flying, check out the website. We'll give you a phone number. Back to the studio.